The next thing we have to discuss is graphing these lines if I don't give you the x values to plug in. There's only two scenarios you need to be aware of. First, if there's no fraction in your function rule. So in this case, in example 3, I don't have a fraction written in my function rule up here. You're always going to choose 0, two negative numbers. In this case, I'll say always choose -2, -1, then always choose +1 and +2 with no fraction. If there is a fraction, you still choose 0, but now you choose positive and negative multiples of the denominator. We'll take a look at that in example 4, so keep an eye on that and we'll come back to it. First, in example 3, we see that my function rule is y equals x plus 5. There's no fraction in this, so I'm automatically picking these 5 values. Always put 0 in the middle, start with your negatives, and then move on to your positives. This is always the set of numbers you will choose if there is no fraction here. The next steps are the same. You're replacing x, in this case with -2. Replace x, in this case with -1. Replace x with 0. Replace x with 1. And replace x with, with 2. -2 and a +5, that's 3. -1, a +5 is 4. 5, 6, and 7, giving you ordered pairs of -2, 3, -1, 4, 0, 5, 1, 6, and 2, 7. Those are the points that you would plot. -2, +3, -1, +4, 0, +5, 1, +6, and 2, +7. You look, make sure it forms a line. In this case it does. So we take our straight edge out and connect your points. Put your arrows. There's your line. That was a fast one. The second one we'll do a little bit slower. On the second one, the major difference now is that my function rule has this fraction -2/3. The key now is to identify when you have a fraction, you want to figure what that denominator is. You're always going to choose 0. That's not going to be different. But then you want to just take your second one, or your second number. The first number bigger than 0 is going to be your denominator. In this case, 3. If it was 1/2, it would be 2. If it was 1/4, we would be 4. But it's whatever your denominator is. Then 2 times that, in this case 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Use the same numbers as negatives, a -3 and a -6. The reason we do this is because it's going to help get rid of those fractions when we come up with our ordered pairs. We don't want fractions in our ordered pairs. They're much more difficult to graph. So my process, -2/3 times my x, in this case we chose that to be -6. We take out our calculators and we put that into our calculators. 2/3 I'm going to put in a fraction form, 2 divided by 3, and I make that negative. and I'm taking 2/3 times -6. So I have my answer times 6. I make that negative, and I hit equals. I get +4. Make sure you check these in your calculator every time. We got +4 in this case. Now I have -2/3 times, we chose -3. If you put this in your calculator, you can go ahead and press pause, move over to your calculator, make sure you're getting the correct answer. Again, it's positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. In this case, we have a +2. Go ahead, press pause now, finish the rest of these. When you're done, check all of your answers at the same time and check your graph. Hopefully these are the answers that you found. If it's not, go back and double check in your calculator. There's only one page left. If there's not enough time today, please save it and do it either at home tonight or do it first thing tomorrow in class. If there is enough time, please go ahead, open up the last video for today.